What's up, everyone? My name's PlatinumHowler, and today I'm bringing you a bit of a different video, the start of a new series on the channel. This is going to be our first match of the League War Tournament, the second edition of the League War Tournament. I should, before I forget, change this to the proper team. This is the team we're using against Gblaze. So this is I'm representing the IBL in this League War tournament here. We are going up against Gblaze, aka Frost of the EMBA. A little bit of a different layout this time. You can see my full team on the right side of the screen that I'm bringing. I'm not doing any sort of a draft analysis or team builder for these games. You can see what we've got, and we're going to accept this challenge and have some fun here, try to get a win for the IBL. He's got a bit of a similar team as I do. He also has a Mega Venusaur on his side. And it looks like the two mons that he did not bring were he didn't bring the Aerodactyl, and he didn't bring the Magmar. I pretty much expect not to see the Magmar. So I'm pretty sure my best overall lead is just Rotom-Heat. I mean, I love Rotom-Heat. It just matches up so well against so many Pokemon. Really, the only thing it doesn't like going up against early are, yeah, I mean, what else do I really have to lead? Like, my Mienshao set is not much of a lead at all. Don't particularly want to lead with Venusaur. Well, I could lead with Venusaur, actually. Although if he leads Crook, then I can't really do anything to him, and I can get a burn off with Rotom-Heat if he does lead Crook. I can do something against pretty much everything with Rotom except the Latios. Latios I'd have to switch out into my Jirachi, but that's fine. I mean, we'll go with the Rotom, I guess. We'll start off with Rotom. And the Crocodile lead, the Crocodile. So we just pretty much gonna Will-O-Wisp this thing, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna set up rocks, and I don't actually have hazard removal on this team, which is fine. I mean, he was gonna get up rocks no matter what, pretty much. I can live with that. It just means that Rotom's going to have a tough time switching in, so if I can get a Will-O-Wisp on this thing, that's huge. It actually switches right out into the Latios, so I'll take a burn on that, I guess. I'll take some residual damage. Ooh. So, okay, interesting. I like to cover up the chat when I do Showdown games, so that it's not too distracting, but his comment here, he says that was a good play. So his comment here leads me to believe that this might be a Dragon Dance Latios. In which case, having this burned is really nice. Because he's not going to be doing much damage to me at all. Do I want to stay in and take a lot of damage with this thing potentially and just Volt Switch out? It would be nice to have the Jirachi at higher health to switch into Venusaur and stuff. So I may just want to stay in and go for the Volt Switch. Yeah, and yeah, that's probably a good play, because then I can get in Greninja for free, and my Greninja is Specs, so I can fire off a Specs Dark Pulse and do a lot of damage to something. So I will just stay in as he goes into Miltank. That does very little damage, so he is very, very defensive. Intimidate Crocodile. My Rotom's not offensive, so I would think that Greninja would... oh yeah, for sure. Greninja would 2-hit KO this with Dark Pulse, for sure. Question is, do I want to risk taking a Thunder Wave on this. Pretty much either go into Mienshao here or the Greninja. I'm going to go into Mienshao and see what he tries to do. Leftovers Miltank, so that's good to know that he's not like trying to Chople Berry counter me or something. Right here, I think I'm going to go for Substitute. So he goes into Aloe. Okay, that's good. So I can set up against this thing. Scald should not be able to break my sub, so I can get a Sword Stance up for free. Liquidation. Okay, so he has Liquidation, so that's going to be able to break my sub, which is all right, I guess. I'm going to go for Drain Punch right here. And that does about almost half. I'm going to get all that back. Liquidation does relatively nothing, but he does get the defense drop, which kind of sucks. So he's going to do a lot of damage to me next time. But I do have Regenerator. I do have Regenerator on my Mienshao, so I can get all of that HP back if I switch out and come back in against something. So I feel pretty free to go for another Drain Punch to get some HP back. When I get a crit and knock him out, that's unfortunate. So that's good to get Aloe out of the way. That's one thing that's a defensive mon that could have taken hits from what's it called? Mimikyu. Mimikyu can set up and win. So the only reason he brings this in is if this is Scarfed Moxie. I have a switch into this, being my Rotom. It's immune to ground type attacks, of course. So that's what I think I'm going to go into right here. He might, if he tries to predict that and goes into anything else, I don't really care. Nothing really immediately threatens Rotom. So I'll go into Rotom and preserve that. Yeah, as he goes to Earthquake. Now, question is, does he try to predict my, or does he switch out back into the Latios again? Or is there anything else he really wants to get burned? I don't lose much by going for an Overheat here, actually, in case he tries to go into the Venusaur. And I will get some decent damage off on the Latios as well. So yeah, I'll try going for an Overheat here and see what he does. Goes into Miltank, that's fine. I can still burn this. I got another crit on him. Holy shit, man. These crits are insane. Yikes. So that damage definitely reveals that he is not thick fat. He is 100% going to be he is definitely going to be a sap sipper Miltank to be immune to grass type moves from my Venusaur. So if he tries to Toxic me, I think that's fine. I can Volt Switch out, get a free switch into anything that I want, really. Yeah, so I think Volt Switch is my play here. He goes for Heal Bell, so he's going to cure the burn on his Latios, which is totally fine. That definitely screams to me that he's going to be Dragon Dance. that he's going to be a Dragon Dance Latios set. So I have the Rotom to be immune to Earthquake from him and potentially get another burn off him later. And then I also have the Mimikyu to take a hit from him and guaranteed do a lot of damage to him with Life Orb, Shadow Claw. So the question is, do I go here into the... I definitely want to go into the Greninja. And I'm just going to click Dark Pulse right here. And this should be able to knock him out, because I am Specs. Yeah, so the crit definitely helped there. The crit overheat allowed me to pick up that kill. So sorry about that. Then comes the Venusaur. I am locked into Dark Pulse, so I don't want to stay in. I'm going to go out into my Jirachi. Goes for Sludge Bomb and it does nothing to me. I don't really want to predict his switch out, and if he ends up staying in, not get any damage off against this thing. So if I go for Psychic and he switches into Crocodile, I can make the play into my own Venusaur. So, do I try to make the aggressive play here or not? He's just always revealed his Sludge Bomb. If he stays in, if he stays in, I would bet he goes for like a Leech Seed or something, or a knockoff for an Earthquake, so I can go into Venusaur just fine. Get a Sludge Bomb off, try to weaken this thing. Scout out its set a little bit. I can go back into Jirachi fairly easily. So yeah, I'll go for the U-turn as he actually stays in. That's fine. I can just go into Venusaur here. He does go for Leech Seed, so he doesn't get anything out of that turn. So now I'm gonna go for Sludge Bomb, and I'll go for Sludge Bomb and scout out his set, I guess. Or do I go for the block, predicting him to go into the Celesteela? Very specially defensive on this Venusaur, so that's nice. Sludge Bomb, Leech Seed. Probably has Giga Drain. And I'd imagine Synthesis. So we might just want to stay in. Me going for a Sludge Bomb might not be the worst thing. If he goes into Celesteela, then I can just Leech Seed Protect. Yeah, I'll go for Sludge Bomb. This is nothing to me. It does a lot more to him than it... Actually, not really that much more to him, but I did outspeed him. I'm going to try and... I'm going to go back into Jirachi on this turn. Now, this time he makes the play into Celesteela. So I can U-turn out, or I can go for a Thunderbolt. Oh, I meant to change this to Thunder. Because Thunder would have had a 60% para chance, but that's okay. I don't particularly want to stay in on this, because I imagine this is a pretty stally set. Um, He's not getting much HP back from Rotom-Heat from Lowest because Rotom has naturally low HP. I can go into Rotom pretty easily and do what I want to him. I can try to get some damage off here with Thunderbolt. It shouldn't be the worst. If he goes for Earthquake, I can go into Rotom the next turn. This Venusaur looks as though he's not doing any damage to me. If he's Dragon Dance Latios, then this Jirachi isn't nearly as useful because this is a Self that's more meant to take special hits from it. So I will get some damage off here with Thunderbolt, and it does not that much. And it goes for Sub. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to go for Thunderbolt again in that case. Sub Leech Seed maybe? Sub Protect. Sub Leech Seed Protect. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm just going to stay in and break his sub. Yeah, there's the Leech Seed. So now I'm going to pull the switch out into Rotom to get rid of the Leech Seed, stop him from getting his recovery. There's the Protect. So I wonder how much speed he has on this. It shouldn't be able to outspeed Rotom-Heat. I'm pretty free to go for a Will-O-Wisp here just to ensure that I get some residual damage on him. I imagine his last move is Air Slash, so he can't really touch me at all. So I'm pretty free to get a Will-O-Wisp off here, I imagine. Goes for the Protect just to get extra lefties back. As long as he keeps gaining HP too, I can Pain Split against him and bring him down, recover my own Rotom's HP. I'm just gonna go for Venusaur again as he goes into Venusaur. I'll get the burn off against that. I guess we'll find out. Well, my Venusaur outsped him, so my Rotom-Heat should definitely outspeed him. Gonna go for the Volt Switch. Now, do I go into the Mienshao? Or do I go into my Jirachi? I imagine he goes for Synthesis on this turn, or Leech Seed, one of the two. I'm going to go into Mienshao, actually. Synthesis. So I'm going to click Swords Dance. So I have Acrobatics on this to hit the Mega Venusaur. So if he pops my Citrus Berry, oh, he goes for Leech Seed. Okay. I like the idea of going for another Swords Dance. I think I don't know how much damage he's going to do to me with. No, I think Sub here. I think I have to go for Sub. Giga Drain is the last move. And there's my Citrus Berry. So now I'm going to go for Acrobatics to break this thing. Dead. Perfect. I no longer need this Mienshao, so I'm just going to stay in and go for Acrobatics. There's the Dragon Dance. And Acrobatics almost knocks him out, and he gets the Leech Seed recovery. That's fine. I still have my Mimikyu with Disguise intact. Especially if this is a Scarfed Crook, I definitely don't need my Mienshao anymore, so I'll just let him take me out. There's the Zen Headbutt, knocks me out. In comes the Mimikyu. I'm just going to go for Shadow Sneak, I think. He goes back into Celesteela. I'm good with that. Shadow Sneak, yeah, I kind of anticipated that play. That's totally fine. So I'm going to go into my Venusaur now. I should be okay doing that. I'm definitely not staying in. Question is, what do I switch into? I'm going to go into Rotom first. Leech Seed, yep, that's fine. Definitely going to protect here, so I'll just, now I'll go into the Venusaur. Gonna get the Leech Seed off now. Sub. So good thing I got the Leech Seed off before he went for the sub. Does block... Can block go through substitute? Not blocked by protect. We're gonna see if he can switch out or not. Why not? Let's do it. He goes into Latios now. Okay. But he shouldn't be able to knock me out, right? He shouldn't be able to knock me out with anything, so I just go for Sludge Bomb. Unless he's Z though. He's Z. Yeah, he's definitely Z. He wouldn't have gone into this. I don't think he goes into this if he's not Psychic Z. So I'm going to go into Greninja because I can pick this thing off with Water Shuriken at this range. Goes for Roost. Okay, whatever. I go Specs Dark Pulse here for sure. And I should be able to do a lot of damage to something. So this should be a 2-hit KO. Yep. He's going to go for Protect, but that's not going to put him out of range. Here comes the Crook. I'll still get some lots of good damage on this. This is definitely Scarfed, so I want to switch out. I don't really care if he predicts Rotom to come in. That's going to be my switch. Okay. Good play. Do I Volt Switch out? I can Volt Switch out, go into Mimikyu, and Mimikyu should be able to claim a kill. So that's what I'm going to do. Goes for Dragon Dance. Basically needs a flinch. A Zen Headbutt flinch or something. This is 34%, so I should go for Shadow Claw to make sure that I kill it. 25%. He'll be up to 21% after subs, so I should just go for another Shadow Claw to knock him out. Okay, gets the Intimidate off. I can knock this thing out with Drain Punch more than likely. Yeah, I'll just stay in and go for Drain Punch. I hope that does enough. I mean, it should. That did, what, 15%? Drain Punch. I probably won't knock it out, but I might be able to pick it off with a Shadow Sneak. Knocks off the Life Orb. Drain Punch doesn't do that much, but another one should be able to knock him out. Can I go for Swords Dance here? Swords Dance into Shadow Sneak. Would that knock him out? I think it would, but is it worth the risk? I don't think it's worth the risk. I can't take this damage. So I can't take this damage, this knockoff damage, so I think my play is to go into... my play is definitely to go into the... I think Venusaur is going to be my play here. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to Leech Seed. Goes for knockoff. Leech Seed, and I protect. Okay. I'm fine with that, I guess. I will Sludge Bomb now. Sludge Bomb should do enough to at least put him in Shadow Sneak range, and then he can't roost up on me. 33, and the poison is nice. So 33 plus 12, 45. Yeah, I can just keep clicking. If he knocks me out here, then he goes down. I go into Rotom. So I just click Sludge Bomb again, I think, here. I mean, eventually I'm going to get a crit, and this is going to die. Zen Headbutt. Okay, there he goes. Now I should just be able to go into Greninja. And I'm going to click Water Shuriken to knock this out. And Water Shuriken should be able to knock the Celesteela out as well. So that's going to be a GG, and we're going to get a win for the IBL, which is pretty cool. He does protect to get the leftovers recovery, which is the right play. Water Shuriken, 1, 2. Do I get the third to knock him out? I do. There we go. So, we definitely benefited from some hacks in that game early on, like us getting rid of the Miltank and the Alomomola, getting rid of some of his fat mons to open the door for me to just pivot around his other stuff and not get too weakened. Like, I'm pretty sure almost everything on my team that didn't die ended near or at full HP. So yeah, that worked out pretty well. Glad to get a win for the IBL. And there will be 2 more games, at least 2 more games in the group stage. We'll be going up against a player from the NWPA as well as GE. So we'll have 2 more games, at least 2 more games, hopefully more in this series. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment as well. And we'll see you for the next League War tournament battle.